Good morning, family. Welcome back to another week here in the market. Definitely looking forward to some good moves this week. Let's go ahead and start out here with Forex.
Good morning, family. Welcome back
See
to another week
here.
here in the market.
Sorry about that, guys. So, looking at Forex Factory here, we do not have any red folder news coming out for USD today or tomorrow. So it may be a little bit slower as far as the price action, a little bit choppy. But what we could also see is price kind of align very early in the session. We know usually we try to wait to that first hour closure. So I'm definitely going to be paying attention to that, but not forcing anything if the volatility isn't there today or tomorrow. Thursday and Friday. Thursday we do have, of course, our unemployment claims that's going to be coming out at 8:30, and then Friday we will have our prelim consumer sentiment coming out at 10 a.m. So definitely looking forward to Thursday and Friday. We'll see what we can do here on Tuesday and Wednesday, but maybe a day that we sit on our hands depending on the price action. But hopping over here to the charts, it's not looking too bad. So looking at the 3 hour time frame here, we can see we have kind of started to move sideways. We seen that strong bearish push that started out our week last week, came back, retested, seen a little bit more sell side, but maintained at this low. And from this actual low, this was our last two candlestick pullback. So from that highest wick, we did actually close above that here. So taking the fib from our low up to our high, we can see that we are in premium pricing here currently. So I'll be looking to see if we can get a retest back into like around this H3 imbalance or this IOP level, or if we get a higher push up, we do have another IOP looking at the H8 time frame, bullish bearish rejection, and this also correlates with the Monday's high here as well. And let's say we get a deeper dive down, what I'll be watching for is back around this H3 imbalance created here. Go back to the H3. Then this bearish bullish order block around 2291 would be also Monday's low. So, watching to see how price is going to respond from these points of interest, guys, is going to be key for us to basically get a clear understanding of, where price may want to transition from. So that's what I'm looking at here currently. I could definitely see a little bit more of that sideways price movement. I do like this bullish order block that we formed here on the daily time frame previously. So if we can maintain, let's say, test back into that base area, that'd be perfect for that expansion or continuation upwards here today. So that's what I got on gold. Just keeping it simple. Like I said, we hopefully we get something to kind of step in here shortly, but right now we're kind of in between. So if we can make our way back to the min, definitely looking to take price up there unless we get like a strong bearish closure, and then likewise taking price from one of these levels of supply unless we get like a strong bullish closure back above which we will look for more so continuation to the upside or vice versa continuation to the downside here. So that's what I got for gold. Let's check out a couple more pairs and we'll probably swing back to gold just because, like I said, sometimes when there is no news we align really early, so I want to make sure that we're on point and able to catch it. Good morning. What's going on, family? Thank you for hopping on with me. Excited to get this week started, man. All right, so let's go ahead and let's check out Nas. No, we'll be trading Nas. We talked about this actually in the live trade room yesterday, just preparing for our call. We were starting to move sideways, coming back into this H8 imbalance, giving us like a kind of like a compression, or if you want to call it a like a symmetrical triangle going up into this level of supply. So I wanted to watch to see how price was going to respond. If we were going to try to get a breakout to the downside, or we'll see that trend, or will we continue to push above it, retest it, and maintain it? So as we can see, price basically broke out, maintained that bullish pressure, and we came up into this H8 imbalance here. So we just are continuing with that bullish pressure on the day, or excuse me, on Nas here. If we look at the daily time frame, we can see we have closed above another short-term high, another imbalance creation here. So definitely giving us more insight of what price is doing, but we are coming back into like that right shoulder of that higher time frame quasi here. So definitely watching to see how price responds from this level of supply that we're sitting at. Right now, I'm not getting like the strongest rejection or anything. H8 time frame pretty much closed like a doji here, the previous candle, interested to see how this HA candle kind of forms. We did fill in that imbalance completely, testing into that order block, going down to the H3 time frame. We could see we just came in and pretty much wicked into that imbalance here as well. Let's see if we actually close under a short-term low. Technically, with this bearish candle, we did close under this bearish bullish here. So we can watch to see how supply responds, but right now we're definitely more so bullish. We haven't got the cleanest sign that price will want to start to take profit event here just yet. So let's go ahead and delete this, keep our IOP level. Let's go down here and mark up our zone around it. See if I can find a clean order block. Let's try out the M30 here. Yeah, this looks pretty good. So watching around this M30 order block. Let's even track the price action. So going to the H1 time frame. Even from this high point, we would have to come way down to this low here in order to break structure. So we could see a transition or a take profit event, but just keep in mind we're definitely still bullish, even with our H1 kind of being our gap between the macro and the micro. I would definitely like paying attention to that price action there. So even if we do get that retest and supply holds, definitely watching here. Turn on our London lunch liquidity indicator. We definitely want to see that buy side taken, potential highs above this point sweep first. And then if price responds with a nice reaction, then we could definitely look to, see price react. And then we could look for those shorts from that point. Outside of that, since we are still, very bullish, you could also just wait to see, what holds for the buy side if we do get a potential retest down. So we have a H3 imbalance here. We have another one here. And both of these levels do give us an IOP level. So we can mark up the lows of these here. Don't want to crowd our chart too much though with too many zones. But yeah, I definitely like how this price action is looking just with this leg of structure. Been very strong. Short pullbacks, continuation, short pullback, continuation higher. So if we can maintain, definitely expecting more bullish expansion here. But let's drop down, get our zones marked off around these points here. So looking at like the M5, looks like we got like a bearish bullish order block here. That price retested a few times. Kind of looking to see how price looks right here. Kind of got an area of prices building up liquidity. So what we could also see is a run of this level first. Just always keep in mind, was this level a area where price just kind of retested and pushed away? Or did it kind of stagnate there? If it is stagnant there at a little bit for a little bit of time, or if we can see potential equal lows, if we have imbalances directly below it, what we may see is price actually run it as liquidity first, and then give us that transition. So just keep that in mind if we get that stab back down here, and then we have another order block here for our IOP. So of course, in our price action, we do have multiple levels of demand sitting under this point. Let's say if we did get a stronger push, but we don't want to cloud up our charts with too many. We want to mark up our immediate levels. So I would definitely be paying attention to this supply point, but watching that buy side taken first for any sales, because overall we have been very bullish. And then vice versa. If we end up coming down to a level of demand, then we could look to see how price responds for that buy side. But to me, this is definitely just kind of looking like that sideways price movement for us to just push and impulse higher. So until we get a real transition, as in price starting to, let's say, close, well, we already closed the bearish order block, but really maintain it, would ideally be where I would kind of switch the bias to flow with the sell side to start to fill in these imbalances. Outside of that, we'll just be looking for a retest to demand and then that expand higher here. So let me throw this in the chat as well. Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning, family. What's some of the goals for this week? Are you trying to, as far as gains, do you guys want to look to gain how much this week? Is it just following your trading plan? Is it certain goals? Let me know. So let's check out GU as well. We marked up GU on our Saturday's webinar, I believe. And we can see here basically price, nothing that we really need to update too much. We came down into this level of demand here. We did reject it again. So I would be careful because we're kind of building like equal lows here. We're still trading between this week's range here on the 3 hour time frame. So we did, looks like we, let's see if we actually ran the liquidity below. So we actually, let me see here. Okay, so this low was at 1.25294. This one was 1.25296. So it actually did not run the liquidity under this low. We actually maintained it. So ideally, I would still like to see this wick low taken out and then that bullish pressure, because if we maintain within it, price could literally just kind of go back and forth and chop around. But once the liquidity is taken from this low or this high, it would be ideal for us to take a potential setup. But we did get a pretty decent bullish engulfing form here off this level of demand. So we may see price retest and then expand higher. Let's see what else we have here. We do have an H3 imbalance here as well. And then we have an IOP here, supply. So a couple of points that we can watch here. We're just ranging in between, but ideally when we can see or when we're in a higher time frame consolidation, as in we see these strong wick rejections and price maintaining within it, I would tell you guys again and again to just really wait to see if you can get in from a retest of the higher to the low. Yes, some trades like let's say price retesting the supply level may hold and then we get more sell side. But I've seen more times than not when we get huge expansion wicks like this and price maintains within it, you will get chopped around so much until price is really ready to either break out of that level and then you can potentially get a continuation lower or a continuation higher, or we get a breach of it, like a run of liquidity, and then we take price right back the other way. And then the same thing from the top side here. So let's drop down. Let's get our zone marked up around our IOP. Let's see what we got. So Rockefeller 13 said, I'm leaning towards risking more on the challenge, but going for 1-to-1, especially on EU where it tends to give you multiple 1-to-1s before a true move. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, definitely if it's something that you back tested for sure. I know for me, like 1-to-1s can be, they're always there, but it's like you never, the thing is like it's the unpredictable nature of the market, right? So we know on any given trade that we do not know the outcome on any given trade. Once you accept that the market is truly random, as in we don't know when our winning trades are going to be, it means that we also don't know when we're going to get a losing streak. So the 1-to-1s, the only reason that I don't prefer them or that we don't really teach them is because we know that the losses are going to come, and if it is a losing streak, sometimes all those gains that could be made from the 1-to-1s can quickly be lost with a losing streak. So that's why we recommend 1-to-3s. But if you back tested it and you see it as a system that you think that could definitely work for you, go for it for sure. But yeah, guys, that's what I got with GU. We're still kind of trapped. Let's go ahead and check out EU since we got someone trading that too today. So we got GBP USD here. All right. Let's see. All right, so let's check out EU, see what's going on here. So yeah, nothing too much, guys, playing out. Same markup from, well, actually, I believe this is from our markup yesterday that we did with the live trade room. So basically what kind of going back over this price action, what I'm looking at is based off of this bullish expansion that we've been getting, we do have this bigger imbalance range here to the left, but it's really hard to determine when we have a bigger imbalance range where price wants to actually reverse from within it. So ideally we'd be looking for price to kind of continue to fill in it completely. But if we go here to like the daily time frame, kind of measure out this imbalance from this bigger candle here, we can see we did come back around 50% of that imbalance fill and starting to reject it. And so far, we're still maintaining that rejection wick to the top side here. So that's just something to like really keep in mind based off of where this high is, that we could potentially, see price either maintain it or actually want to run it as liquidity here. We can see, no news event, just kind of moving sideways here. Not really a lot of price action. We came down to this level of demand here and we've been retesting it, kind of building up a quasi here, even on the 1 hour time frame. So we got the left head, right shoulder. So if price, maintains this, we could definitely look to take price up at least into this level of supply or to start to run these highs here to the left. As far as sell side goes, let's look at the H3 real quick. Looks like we still have not closed below a short-term low. So ideally, kind of similar to what we were talking about with GU. We do got this bigger expansion wick. Really, we're playing within this candle that was created during that NFP. So from this low to this high, we're basically trapped within that. So we could see price respond, from this level as a level of supply here for us, but just want to be careful for sure because we're kind of within that range of that higher time frame. So did get a bullish bearish order block here, turning on our lunch liquidity. We want to see this high taken out here since we technically are bullish on our higher time frame. So seeing that taken, and then if we get extended push to take us up to this high, would be ideal for us to watch for potential transition for that sell side, or again going up more so towards this high. But looking at these extended wicks here, I would be more so just kind of being patient because I would definitely be looking for these to get taken as liquidity. I could see price wanting to look like it's going to transition, let's say at this high, but then seek this wick high or even this wick high here first, and then giving that true move on the sell side. But outside of that, a nice retest back down to demand would be perfect for that continuation higher here. So yeah, that's what I got for EU today, guys. Kind of looking good on that buy side transition. Set up a little bit earlier, as far as like pre-New York session here, though. So we got Euro USD. So let me swing back over the gold. I just want to check out, see where price is at. Okay, so we just ran out our sell side liquidity here. I marked up this low here as well. Kind of got price ranging at this point. So expecting price to potentially run that as liquidity, get back past equilibrium, retest into our H3 imbalance here. That'd be my first point of interest to really watch for that buy side. Outside of that, I want to see price run these highs, but right now we're just seeing that seller pressure here. Yep, I can check out GJ. Let's look at the DXY real quick though. So with the DXY from NFP, let me delete these real quick. So from NFP, we end up getting that stab down here. Came right around that 105 price point. And we can see price end up closing right back above it here. So remember, this was a previous level that we seen price maintain as supply broke past it here, and now kind of seeing it maintain as demand potentially. We do have equal highs built up around 106,500. So we start to see that bullish pressure. Definitely be looking to take out that high from a higher time frame perspective. If we see more sell side, be looking at that 104, 250, 200 level for that full imbalance fill here. So yeah, I mean, based off of that, let's say if we do maintain this low or this wick low and see bullish expansion, we could definitely see more sell side on Euro and GU potentially, gold maybe, but gold moves on its own kind of timing. So Um, it is definitely dependent on what gold wants to do. But yeah, let's check out GJ, guys. See where we at. All right, let's delete all this here. All right, so looking at GJ, we definitely have started that steeper take profit event run of short-term low, closure below, and balance creation here on the daily time frame, kind of giving us that shift into bearish order flow. Came down to this level of demand, filled in this imbalance, maintained it, built a bullish order block after retesting it, and so far maintaining that. So let's see what we got here. H8 time frame. We can kind of see that quasi forming left head, right shoulder. Got the strong bearish boost, bearish order block directly to the left here though. So I would like to see, how does price respond as we're testing into this. This will also give us that IOP level. Let's check out the 3 hour. So based off the 3 hour, we definitely is transition bullish, taking out short-term highs here. Um, Nice rejection wick just formed here previously to the downside. But what we can see, so we do have our IOP level of supply here. Again, we got a nice rejection wick formed to the bottom side, runs of multiple lows here, nice bullish order block creation. So what I want to pay attention to today would be this high that was created because it did send us down here. But as we can see, really failed to break or close below any of these lows. So ideally, we will potentially see this get ran if we can get a continuation setup. But we do have this wick low that will give us a IOP level of demand here. Let's go to the left. So looking to the left, we do have these imbalances here. And we also have one here basically that we're testing into, but we'll mark up this wick high as our IOP level. So ideally, if we are on that sell side or if we are on that buy side as far as order flow, ideally we want to flow with that. So we want to see price retest demand and we continue higher. But if price, let's say, ends up respecting supply, then we could definitely still take a setup when it aligns. So with this bullish bearish order block, we already got the run of buy side liquidity going out to the M15 time frame, getting our zones marked off here. We'll be looking basically at this level, kind of testing into it or getting pretty close to wicking into it, watching to see how this responds. So we can see, let's go to the H1. From this point, we did break structure to the downside on the H1 time frame. Even if you like to use your fib, we can see we came back past equilibrium, back past 50%. So we're back in premium pricing in order to take that trade if price holds here though. But I would say because of this strong wick rejection, to be careful about just shorting at this point, just because of the fact that price is not transitioning us on the higher time frame. But if it does retest, respect, and hold, then you could take your shot at the sell side from that level, since it is our key level of supply based off our IOP. Now we also have a bearish bullish bearish order block here to the left on the M15. So if price comes up a little bit higher, we can also watch this point. What I also want to check here, I mean, we did kind of range here a little bit of time, so we may end up running it. We don't have an imbalance like directly here to the left. We got a small one, small pocket of imbalance there. And then again, we got this IOP level here. Now, if we were sitting more so like at this level, I would expect potentially price to run it because we do have a bigger imbalance directly to the left. Whereas here, we may just get that quick retest and then that sell side continuation here. Let's actually see what the M30 looks like real quick. So yeah, I mean, we're getting a pretty decent rejection here from it. But I would say just because of the fact that we have been so bullish, to just be a little bit careful. Make sure you get your confirmations once price retests into that zone here for that sell side. And if not, just wait until price gets down to a level of demand then you can look to take price right up if you get that response from it here. So also let's mark up our H3 imbalance here. All right, cool. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. We'll go over, check out gold for a little bit until we hop off here. All right. So yeah, gold still kind of playing around here at the run of the sell side liquidity. Let's turn on that level. So sitting right at that London's low. So like I said, I don't want to take it until we actually get to a key point of interest. So getting us back past our equilibrium point at a level of demand, or again actually getting up to a level of supply here since we are in premium pricing. So yeah, not too much going on, guys. Definitely looking forward to it though this week, seeing what we can catch. And if it's another week where we gotta just kind of sit on our hands, preserve our capital, we'll do so. We want it to be very clear when we enter into the market. And one thing I did learn as well, just reading through one good trade is you really got to focus on trading pairs or trading your pair when it's in play. So when it's not consolidating, when it's producing good moves in the market, when the daily has great expansions to get you those higher risk reward trades, 1 to 3 or higher, like when it's producing those type of results within the session that you're trading, that's when you want to focus on trading it. But when it's just moving sideways, it's not at a key point of interest on the higher time frames, that's when we want to learn to stay out of the market. Because when we can learn to avoid more unnecessary losses, if you're already able to catch great moves in the market, now it's just about refining to take out the unnecessary losses. We don't know if let's say our points of interest get hit and it ends up being a loss that's just within the trading plan and system, but for unnecessary losses where price wasn't even at a key level, the trade never should have been taken, or there was no volatility present in the market, no trade should have been taken. All of these different little factors that can help us kind of avoid taking unnecessary losses. That's when the profitability will really start to stack up, for us. So yeah, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and hop over to the live trade room, get that going and get that started. So I will be back with you guys tomorrow, and I hope these markups help. We'll revisit. And two, like I said last week, if you guys want to post your chart in this chat with me, and I can check it out, see what I've seen. If you have previous trades that you took that you want to post in there, that I can kind of either highlight or see if it's something I've seen or anything, like it's open for all that. So it's not just for me to hop on, mark up a bunch of charts for you guys. If you guys want to get more feedback and everything like that, and we can do, excuse me, we can do that as well. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys on the session tomorrow. Hope you have a great day and a great trading day. And yeah, let's get it.